challenge of running the ball against the bigger, faster, tougher defenses of the NFL. It's the Saints going up against the Vikings.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Welcome in, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and partner, training camp over, preseason over. It's time for week one.
And how much fun is that? No longer do we have to talk about who's going to make the team. The rosters are set. These guys now get to go out and play for real. No more of these preseason games. Now they're playing, and the records count.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Throwing on first down is Keenum. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Second down now after the pass completion. Get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Second down following the run.
Green, 39.
On play action, it's Keenum. And that is incomplete here. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. They do go for it. It's Keenum. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, good move. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now out comes Minnesota. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. From the 50, it's Keenum. And his pass incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Keenum. Trying to lay one up deep. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Marcus Williams, the rookie from Utah. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they give this time to the tailback. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. The Vikings on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall. Now the 9th-year man from LSU, Thomas Morstead, on to punt. As he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
4 down, 4 down. All right, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. The Vikings on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Green 39.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Keenum going to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Marshawn Lattimore, the rookie from Ohio State. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Keenum. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Trey Hendrickson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The Vikings on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is third down and 12. Keenum now to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. .51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. And out now come the Vikings. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll give the Vikings a first down. A shotgun snap for Keenum. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 6 there on first. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
To throw is Keenum. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. To throw is Keenum. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Now look at 56. Look at 56. Now let's go.
Here's Keenum now on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Now let's go.
Shotgun snap for Keenum. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will... So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. The Vikings didn't lose their first game last year until October 23rd, but things not looking as rosy here as they try to defend a 1st and 10. Now Keenum. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing now is Keenum. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a big...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Marcus Williams, the rookie from Utah. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. And partner, this first